Well, hello, school counselors and school counselors to be. Thank you guys so much for coming to my channel, The Inspiring School Counselor. And today I just wanted to share with you guys why I decided to start a school store at the school that I'm currently at. I know that I shared with this off and on, maybe through my Talk It Out Week reviews, but I haven't actually just dedicated a video to that. And so I just wanted to take the time to just share with you guys why I started this school store. And hopefully it will help motivate you guys, and maybe you will want to start that as well. I am also going to be posting a part 2 to this video that is going to also be talking to you guys about how you can start a school store at your school, to just know the ins and outs and what all that you need to get prepared and get together when you present it to your administrator. So I'm excited to be getting into this with you guys. Hopefully you guys are excited too. If you have not subscribed, make sure you subscribe and make sure you hit that notification bell so that you can be notified every time I upload a video. All right, let's get into it. So what ultimately led me to wanting to start a school store was back when I was in graduate school. I had my internship class and I had to do it in an elementary school setting. And so my site supervisor there, she actually incorporated a school store, and they were actually doing like the positive behavior intervention system. And so the school store just really mixed really well with that program. And so I was actually able to just see her, be able to take that school store and just run with it, from getting the school money together to buying the different things for the school store, getting teachers and her administrator on board. And so it was just a beautiful thing to see her just blossom, and also being able to see the reaction from the students and how they just really worked hard to put their best foot forward so that they can earn some school money to buy out the school store. I also thought it was beautiful seeing just everybody, the faculty and staff, working together to just make this school store just come to life, and making sure that they are reiterating the different things that the students should be working towards. And it really just focused on the behavior and the attendance, and I'm sure it focused on other areas as well. Being able to see that in action, it totally just, touched me to the point where I was like, whatever school I'm going to be at, if it's an elementary school setting and they don't have a school store, that is something that I would love to start. And so when I received my job back in January 2020, when I came into the school, it was actually a trauma-informed school, and I wasn't really familiar with that. I just knew a little bit of it, but I wasn't real knowledgeable on a trauma-informed school and what that really looked like. I just knew that we had a lot of students there that really, was going in and out of foster care. Some of them, had loved ones that were just heavily on drugs. Some of them just really seen some traumatic things. And so trauma-informed really, it helped in a way, but still yet there was still some behaviors. And I just knew, looking at that I wanted to incorporate something that would address those behaviors, that we could hopefully lessen the amount of office referrals and just bring a unity amongst the expectations that was needed around the whole school. I actually went to my administrator and I first started talking to her about positive behavior interventions, and how I was able to see that work, and my administrator was already familiar with that. And so she kind of was just like, okay, but I don't know, let's just stick to trauma informed. But as we began to just collaborate even the more, and I also was on the leadership team, we were able to just come together, and I was able to talk to them, especially to mainly my administrator, to see if there was any way that I can merge the two. Can I merge trauma-informed and the positive behavior intervention system together so that we can just have that happy medium? And of course, there's different thoughts amongst individuals. Some people say that you can't do it at all. Some people say, no, you definitely can. And I'm able to actually see that work. So just being able to start the school store, I was able to see a difference. And so I want to get into some of those motivators that just really help set up the whole presentation when I brought it to my administrator of why I wanted to start the school store. I thought it would be a great opportunity to give the students an incentive to make the right choices. And I know some people might feel a little bit different than that. Some people might feel like, you shouldn't have to give students an incentive to do what it is that they're supposed to do. But how many when you're dealing with students, with young kids, you have to give them some type of motivator. And I just look at our life is basically centered around, just as adults, it's centered around incentives. We go to work, and that incentive is to get that paycheck once we clocked in all those hours. We are waiting for that paycheck to hit our banking account or hit our mailbox. So that is a big incentive for us. And that is also what keeps us going to go to work and clock in those hours. And so I thought, well, what better way to get something in return when they're working so hard? And so that is something that really just stood out to me. I also seen it as a great opportunity to mold good behaviors. So when doing the school store, this was a part of doing the school-wide positive behavior system. And the leadership team, we all were able to incorporate like different rules that was placed like in the restroom area, the cafeteria, car duty, buses, and different areas of the school. And so the kids had to follow those set of rules, and in following those set of rules, they were able to earn school cash from it. And the thing is that they never knew when they were going to earn that school cash, so it was important that they would try to do what they're supposed to do at all times. So I just seen it as a great opportunity to mold those good behaviors and hopefully lessen those bad behaviors that they might have had before. I also seen it as a great opportunity to address problem areas. So I know that, prior to me coming to the school, there just was a lot of office referrals, bus referrals, students not wanting to do their work and just different things like that. But I was able to talk to like some teachers that said that it really made a difference with kids, wanting to turn in their work, because they know if I turn in my work, I'm going to be able to earn school cash. It also was able to, I'm not sure if it was able to impact the office referrals or not, but I'm going to be talking to my administrator pretty soon to see when that school-wide data is going to be posted on our school website, so that I can go and look at that and just, see if there was a difference. I'm also going to be sending out a survey to the faculty and staff to just see what their thoughts was on the school store and if they feel like it made a difference at all. And so that's where I'm going to also be able to get that data. And I'm actually going to post a video of me just showing you guys how I use Google Forms to create that survey. So be looking out for that video. So those were like my main motivators in wanting to start the school store. I also wanted to focus on attendance because I knew that that was one of our problem areas. But because of COVID and everything, I wasn't really able to focus really a whole lot on that. But hopefully attendance can be incorporated at some point. So that's pretty much the gist of what motivated me to want to start a school store. Also, you want to make sure that you stay tuned for part 2 of this video, because I'm going to be sharing with you guys how you can start a school store at your school. I hope you guys enjoyed it. If you haven't subscribed, make sure you subscribe and make sure you hit that notification bell so that you can be notified every time I upload a video. I thank you guys so much for your time, and I'll see you next time.